the scoring champ from the top against Marion. Durant, pull-up jumper, up the rim, and
Limitless Range.
This is the Limitless Range podcast. I am your host, Corey Chandler, and I am here today with our co-host, Petey Podlow.
What's up?
What's going on, Petey? As always, you can go to our website, limitlessrangepodcast.com, or you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at One Limitless Range. New year, man. New halfway through the NBA season or so.
Time flies.
Yeah, it does,
That's all I
man.
know.
You got any good New Year's resolutions you jumped on for this year?
Yeah, just, trying to get in a little better shape,
Yeah.
Start hooping again.
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a huge one. I'm on trying to go on the same train. I'm turning 30 this year.
Dang, dirty.
So dirty 30. If you guys are interested, we're trying to go to Aruba this summer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So if
Interested
you guys
in what?
Aruba.
Going with you?
yeah. So anybody who wants to go, that's where I'm going. I'm trying to have champagne on the beach.
I don't know much about
popping
Aruba.
bottles.
I just remember it in a Beach Boys song,
Dude.
Yeah.
that'd be fun though.
Yeah.
It's gotta be pretty. It sounds pretty. Aruba.
Yeah.
So no, it's gonna be dope. So yeah, I'm throwing an invite out to honestly whoever wants to come party. So if you listen to the podcast and you want to show up in Aruba around July 4th of this year, show up.
That's dope.
But I want to be in shape, man. Right? I don't want to be on my 30th and a freaking beach whale on the side of the ocean. Can't even get out of the sand and shit. Like
For real.
So
That's funny.
but yeah, I'm with you on the losing weight thing. But yeah, man, halfway through the year. We got some good stuff today. We got obviously some LeBron talk, some stuff's going on in Philly. All-Star voting has opened up in the first.
Some interesting.
Yeah, some interesting, names have popped up so far on the voters list from the fans and whatnot. So we'll jump into that, and then, we'll pick sounds like we're going to pick a team off of some non-All-Stars. We'll do a little, pick 'em challenge between you and I and see what team we think would work out the best out of the guys that probably aren't going to be on the All-Star team this year or who haven't popped up on the list at least right now.
My team's gonna crush yours.
That's all I know. You're pretty good at building teams. I'm not gonna lie. I've already been looking at our list here, and I'm just gonna try to go after guys that can cover a 5-out system because I know that's all you're gonna run. 5 out all day,
Right.
So try to pick that going on.
It's money.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into some news of the week. Dougie Fresh, our producer, you got any news of the week for us?
Well, I know you guys kind of wanted to talk about what's going on in Philadelphia. This rift between Joel Embiid and the Sixers, the coaching, and now Jimmy Butler too, right?
Yeah.
Joel Embiid, he publicly complained about his role in the system. You've got the quote over here. What was that?
Yeah, so Embiid stated, "I haven't been myself lately. I think it's mainly because of the way I've been used, which is I'm being used as a spacer, I guess, a stretch 5, which I'm only shooting 29% from 3. Since the trade, I've been really down. I tend to get triple teamed a lot. I was in the flow of the offense. I feel like I'm not anymore. There's not a lot of possessions I get on the block. I don't know. We got to figure it out."
Yeah, stuff like that, and then him and Simmons, someone hit each other in the face and stuff, and they're getting in fights on the court with the other teams. Jimmy Butler, off court stuff. There was a petition to ban Kendall Jenner from the home games. You see that? That's Ben Simmons' girlfriend.
Doesn't surprise me.
Bunch of shit.
Yeah, I thought Embiid was gonna be a lot tougher. He sounds like a mental midget. Like, seriously, like, come on, man. And his, quote, even, contradicts himself. He's like, I'm being only used as a stretch 5, and I'm being triple teamed. Who triple teams a stretch 5? So, obviously, you're getting the ball on the block if you're being triple teamed.
If they're triple teaming a stretch 5,
somebody's
holding
it. Yeah, your team's not going to lose a game, bro. I promise you that. You're being triple teamed, spreading the floor in the corner. So, I don't know, man. It's just, I feel like these young guys want to be like the James Harden, like the volume, but then they're recruiting guys like LeBron and stuff. Remember Embiid begging for LeBron to come. Like, bro, you would not want LeBron if you think you get less touches with Jimmy Butler, bro. You're averaging what, 27 and 13, right?
Yeah, something like that.
You Chris Bosh now, bro. You Chris Bosh now with LeBron there. Why are you even recruiting him, bro, if you can't handle that? Right?
Yeah.
Because now his stats go way down. He becomes a 20-10 guy with LeBron there. That's the truth.
No, for sure.
You know?
Well, it's interesting, too. It's like, is it about winning games for these guys, or is it about their own, personal accolades? Because it's like, they're still what? I mean, they're 4th in the West. I looked up and noticed that they're now 5th in offense since they got Jimmy Butler. So they've actually, their offensive efficiency has gone up since they got Jimmy Butler. So we see all this, all this drama and all this stuff. They're all complaining about how the offense is running. But actually, they've gotten better offensively when they got Jimmy Butler. So it's like, what really, I just don't really understand why they're all complaining.
Yeah, and then Jimmy Butler was berating Brett Brown, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Like they got in a shouting match or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, obviously, we talked about this on one of our first podcasts. Is Jimmy Butler had just got traded when we started this thing, and, the drama. And I'm not about that kind of stuff. To me, I mean, I can see why players get frustrated. But to me, it's a team game, man. And I just feel like, especially you're winning, you're getting touches. You've already hit 2-game winners. Like, how much more do you want? I mean, they're giving you the ball with the game on the line twice, and you knocked it down. Like, what do you want? Every single game, the whole game to be about you? I just don't understand. Like, to me, Jimmy Butler's been doing fine over there. So how much more does he want?
Yeah, I can't defend him. I mean, I defended him the first time around, but I feel like even if you didn't agree with what was going on over there, you almost just have to be on your best behavior after what happened in Minnesota. Like, you can't act a fool, or you're just going to be blacklisted. You're going to cost yourself millions because people are going to be like, I can't pay this guy. He's a cancer. Terrell Owens or something like that. So, I mean, he's acting stupid, and even if he has some reason, and he has been balling for them, like those game winners were huge shots, and that's something they don't have. I mean, JJ Redick can hit a game winner, but he can't create his own shot like that. And we both know Simmons and Embiid can't do that. So who's going to take that Michael Jordan shot? It's the Jimmy Butler, Yeah. So, but it's hard to watch this whole stuff fall apart. It's just, honestly, the only guy that's quiet is Simmons, right? He hasn't even said nothing, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's funny when we talked about this earlier in one of our first podcasts. We talked about the 3 of them joining, and it's like, who's going to be Chris Bosh? Who's going to be okay with the role? And we're like, if they all 3 gel and they're cool with their roles, then this team is going to be dope. If they're not, this team is going to crumble. And already we're seeing, like, it doesn't look like these 3 are going to gel. If they're not gelling now, wait till if they lose some games, or wait till they get some adversity in the playoffs. I mean, they're complaining right now, and they're still winning games, and they're winning some dope games with knocking down game winners and some fun stuff. Wait till they lose some playoff matchups. Then Jimmy Butler's really going to fly off the handle. And with the whole Jimmy Butler thing, I think it's funny because he's complaining about this millennial mindset that some of these guys have. And to me, he's acting like a millennial the most out of all of them. It's all about me, right? I mean, I don't like these guys. They're this or that, or they're not trying that hard, this and that. It's like, dude, some of the stuff you're doing is worse for a team than Wiggins not trying at practice. I mean, the toxic stuff you're bringing to a locker room is almost worse than some of the stuff he's complaining about. So it's like, dude, and what sucks is both of us love Jimmy Butler, right? I mean, we always had. The way he plays, his style, it's like he's got that grit. He's intense, and just to see him go out like this is just so tough.
Yeah.
Like, God, I hope he flips it, because I don't want to remember Jimmy Butler's career at the end of the day like this, and this is starting to just constantly leave a bad taste in my mouth with him. It sucks.
Yeah, he needs to go to a place with vets, people that practice hard.
Yeah,
that's just where he needs to be, because obviously he does not mesh with young kids. That's what it's looking like.
Yeah, it's interesting. What do you think this means for the Sixers? Is this something where it's looking like maybe Jimmy Butler isn't somebody that they want to sign long term? I mean, it's obviously, or is one of the other 3 someone they're going to end up giving up? Because if these 3 can't work together, then obviously we can't give Butler a big contract.
It's Jimmy.
It's got to be.
Jimmy's the guy that's always. He's 30 years old.
Yeah.
He's had injuries. I mean, the other 2 guys are cornerstone pieces. Even though right now I think Jimmy's more valuable than Simmons. If I had a pecking order, if I was going into the playoffs and I had a pecking order of guys that I want to play in my playoff team, I would go Embiid, Butler, and then Simmons. But Simmons is younger. He's got way more upside. You got to stick with him. He's popular. People want to come see him play. They don't feel the same way about Jimmy. He's just older. And
yeah, I don't see this team making the finals this year.
I mean, yeah, definitely got to drop them down.
Unless it
we had them high.
We had them up there.
But
I mean,
chemistry is huge.
Definitely still see them in the top 4 as we talk about all the time. I mean, the other teams in the West or the East, would be like, I mean, maybe the Pacers are jumping up there in the mix with them if that team isn't mixing. But God, the rest of the East is like, these guys could fight on the court and probably still win games in the East, right?
God, no joke, bro. So bad.
So, but I don't have them up there. It's funny because everyone, when they all join together, everyone's like, "Oh, this 3 is going to work out perfectly," and I think they're front runners for sure. It's like they're up there, but they got to gel, man. It's all about gelling, and I just don't see these 3. I just see it continuing to go the other way. Honestly, I think it's gonna be tough.
The more I think about it, it's not a good fit. And the reason why, if you think about any top teams or whatever, all those top teams had somebody, and especially nowadays, have someone that light the 3-point line up. And not one of those guys can do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
if you said what's all 3 of their best qualities, and it's all scoring in the paint. Like if you took all 3, like Butler, Embiid, Simmons, what's all 3 of their best attributes? Scoring in the paint. Jimmy Butler, creating, driving to the hole. Joel Embiid posting. And Simmons taking it to the hole is obviously his only, in passing. But if you have all 3 guys with their strength being that, go look at the Warriors. Like, KD can take it to the paint, take it to the mid-range. Curry's the limitless range, can hit it from anywhere. Draymond's a defender. You can look at Kevin Love was a floor spacing 3-point shooter. Kyrie can shoot the 3 ball at a high clip. LeBron was the penetrator, and Kyrie could do a little bit of both. But you always had the 3-point shooting. And this team just doesn't. None of those stars is a consistent 3-point shooter, Like Jimmy Butler hits it occasionally.
Which is exactly why Joel, when he does get down on the block, he's talking about getting triple teamed. That's exactly
Bingo.
Why.
Because the other stars out there,
Ben Simmons' guy can sag on him, and then he like you always talk about, he can jump in and poke on him. Jimmy Butler's guy can leave him a little bit because Jimmy Butler shooting a 3 isn't scaring us as much as Joel Embiid being down there by himself. So it's like we can come down and we can poke on him a little bit too. So if neither one of those guys are stretching the floor for you like you're talking about, Joel Embiid's going to continue to get, which is maybe why they're trying to utilize him as a stretch, because they understand that. They know, man, we really can't have you down on the block all the time because you are going to get double team and triple team, and they're going to cover JJ Redick and make sure that he isn't stretching the floor for us, and they're going to leave some of these other guys, and if we do that, our offense is not going to flow very well. So that could be part of the reason he's being used that way.
There's things that they could do too. A lot of teams, coaching is so poor in this league. I heard somebody on a show saying, like, he was telling one of the people he was debating with, and he was like, "Girl, you know how bad coaching is. There's coaches that don't know anything that are head coaches and all this stuff." And she's like, "Yeah, you're right." And she played in the WNBA and he played in the NBA, right? So, that made me think, like, man, I'm onto something when I say these coaches are just not knowing what they're talking about, because you could space the floor to get Embiid going. Like, line up Redick on the wing. Have Redick hit him in the post. Make sure the worst shooters are on the opposite side of where he's posting. And now if the double comes, it has to come way longer. Right. But instead they have Simmons passing him the ball in the post. You know how easy that is to double? Right. Like, it's like they're just so common sense things that they don't run. Like, when I was watching the Warriors and I told you, okay, every time Livingston hits KD in the high block, and they have no shooters out there, Rondo smart, he instantly doubles KD. It's the smartest thing ever. It's like, oh, I don't got to worry about it. You're not going to shoot a 3. Why are you even standing here? Yeah. You're not even going to attempt it. So,
well, then that comes down to, the original point was kind of about all this drama, top dog stuff, things like that, which, if this project isn't going to work, hands down, one or the other, what do you think is going to be the thing that tears it apart? Is it like this drama locker room type of thing and, fighting for top position? Or is it just the actual play calling and, how it works on the court? Is it on the court or off the court that's going to be the demise of this team?
I think it's going to end up being the on the court stuff, and I think it's going to come when they're losing, because if they're already questioning the coach and the way that things are getting set up. And it's not even just touches. They're starting to say things like, I don't really like the way you're doing certain things. So it's not like, just give me the ball more. It's like they're trying to, they're questioning the coach already. So get me in a playoff series with some of the stuff, Pete's talking about with doubling off of Simmons onto Embiid and stuff like that, and Embiid getting frustrated and them losing a game. Now they're really going to be frustrated. And if they go out, and this team with these three believe or thought when they got Jimmy Butler that they should be able to make it to a finals. So if they go out and they're a first or a second round exit, team's done. It's over.
Yeah,
it's a wrap.
because
they're going to be questioning the coach. They're going to be questioning each other. This team doesn't fit. We're this, we're that.
We should have never added Jimmy.
This is a team that's not going to come together through adversity. So when they get some adversity, and they're going to get some adversity, and they're not going to come through with it. That's going to be the team that's going to be the thing that just tears it apart, I think.
Yeah, I agree with him. I mean, they just, the way they're built, and I was excited about it, but I didn't think about the shooting aspect. And I'm a big proponent of, you need tons of shooting to win a championship now. Like even the teams with not a lot of stars, like go to Dirk's finals run. He had Jason Terry grilling, and he had Jason Kidd was actually hitting his three at a high clip. Like, you need guys to space the floor for you so that one superstar can go to work, So, and that's the thing. You can win with one superstar. You honestly can. If you have four shooters around him and that one superstar has the gas in the tank to go to work. We've seen LeBron do it, and that's why that formula is so good. It's not because, oh my God, LeBron's so much better than two or three superstars. It's the fact that LeBron gets to run ISO every single play, and he's a very efficient player, right? And if he has the gas in the tank, what's the difference between him running ISO 60 times with four shooters around and KD and Steph running ISO 30 times each? You see what I'm saying?
For sure.
It's the same formula. Like, I think if KD got to run ISO 60 times a game with four good shooters around him and let him go one-on-one, he'd be putting up Harden numbers.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he would be cooking his guy one-on-one and nobody can double him.
Dougie,
so it's the same.
Dougie,
So
I
do you
feel
think
like
that the answer to this is getting more shooters in Philly?
I think that the answer is one of your stars has to be a sharpshooter. JJ Redick's a great shooter, but he's not a star. Because those three guys are going to get the touches. One of them has to be able to spread the floor and shoot it. And honestly, the coach was trying to make Embiid the shooter, and I think that is actually the smartest strategy for them to win. Because that allows
make his shots, though.
Even him shooting 30% is better than having Simmons stand out there while he posts. Because Simmons shoots 0%.
Yeah.
You see? So if you think, you know what I mean? So imagine how clogged the paint is.
It's crazy to say, but honestly, I mean, the way Jimmy Butler's acting and the fit that Covington was for them, they honestly probably better with Covington.
Right
They
now,
might be. When it comes to playoff basketball, too, and you're talking about all these matchups and stuff. Dougie, it sounds like Pete's starting to get a little fired up about LeBron already.
Yeah,
Is there a rant of the week? I know we got some LeBron stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like he's ready for it. Is there a rant of the week? I know we got some LeBron stuff going on here.
Jeez,
Let's give Pete an opportunity to just go off. Let's do it.
I mean, LeBron's been injured. Has he even been in the news lately?
Oh, he's always in the news. We can find something. What's going? Give us something.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, he forgot his wine.
That's
Let's
what
not
it
forget
was.
that, right?
Yeah.
That was a headline that everybody had to see.
No,
It was all
of
over
course,
my news feed.
Yeah.
Of
LeBron
course,
forgot his glass of wine. Breaking news.
Everyone's talking about the wine. No, everyone's talking about his comments on his show about winning that championship. Made him feel like he was the greatest player of all time.
That was all for 52 years. Everything in sports was going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
And it's been discussed over and over and over again. But really, there's people on both sides still, which is crazy. Although he's been pretty lambasted by a lot of all-time greats.
Yeah.
But I just kind of wanted you guys to vent about that. What do you think? You agree with LeBron, right? That he's now the greatest of all
I'm
time?
going to go for an hour, bro. So.
Pete's
All right,
about to go off.
Well, we'll go here. It's time for Rant of the Week.
All right, let's do it.
I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it.
Oh, man. Dude, this guy.
What you think? What's your take?
Dude.
What's your take on the, I'm putting quotation marks up, GOAT
Dude, it's just so annoying, man. I mean, I've talked about this several times. One of the things that drives me nuts about him, obviously the crying, all those things, but is the fact that it's all about him all the time. Why isn't it that the Cleveland Cavaliers and what Kyrie did and the what Kevin Love helped with and the offensive rebounds that Tristan Thompson had and our group of guys, it was awesome to see us win as a unit. Why does that one moment make I'm the greatest player of all time? I'm the GOAT now. It's like, dude, you didn't even hit the game-winning shot. You watch Kyrie Irving hit the game-winning shot and now you're the GOAT because of a shot that you didn't even hit? Like, dude, that's ridiculous to me. So those kind of things drive me nuts, the fact that he's even doing this. But the funny part is like, and Danny Ainge actually came out and said this. I can't remember exactly what the quote is, but he called it, basically he's doing the Donald Trump effect of what Donald Trump did in the campaign. Meaning he's basically making this a two-person race. He's taking out everybody else. And he's just saying me versus MJ. So now nobody's now going to talk about all these other stats, right? Kareem, 6 titles, 6 MVPs. We're not going to talk about that. All-time leading scorer. Bill Russell's 11 ships in 13 years. Magic's 5 championships. Kobe's 5-time championships. 9-time MVP or NBA All-Defensive Player. We're just throwing out all those guys.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Right. Wilt Chamberlain. All these guys, right? We're just throwing them all out there because it's just me versus MJ. And because he did this, and the same thing that I think Danny is just talking about, the same thing that Donald Trump did in the campaign, right? He's making a two-person race. So now that's all we focus on.
Yeah.
But what I love the most is when you look at some of the other stuff, because what this is bringing up is it's bringing up, okay, what did Kobe do when they were asked him about this similar stuff? What did MJ do when they asked him about this similar stuff? A Stephen A. interview with Kobe Bryant in 2008. You versus Michael Jordan is starting to get compared. Do you feel like you're the... Kobe goes, I don't even... Stop, man. I don't even want to talk about that. Why are we comparing me versus MJ? You don't want to be the GOAT? Why are you trying to compare me to the best of all time?
No.
That's not even fair. Don't you want to be the best player of all time? I want to be the best me of all time. That's a dope ass answer. I pulled up a quote by MJ as well when they asked him about being the GOAT. When I hear it, I cringe a little bit because it's a little bit embarrassing because no one knows. I never had the chance to, once again, to play against those guys, Jordan continues. I would love to have played against them, but I never did. And for you to say that I'm better than him, I mean, it's your opinion. It's their opinion. I accept that. And he's talking about Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, all those guys. He's saying it's disrespectful for you guys to say that I'm the GOAT. It's disrespectful for me to say I'm better than all those guys. You're basically taking away all those things. And so when I hear this about LeBron James, it's like, dude, I get that you're trying to petition for yourself, but you're disrespecting everybody else. You're disrespecting the NBA by doing this. You're taking away all those stats that I talked about with Kareem and Wilt and all these guys that did all these great things in Magic and Kobe and all these guys. It's like, dude, you're disrespecting all of them. All those guys should somewhat be in the conversation. You don't just all of a sudden go 3-6 in finals, have one great moment, and now all of a sudden you're better than all those guys. You jumped all those guys. And I talked to you about this, on the drive over here. It's like there's this staircase of LeBron getting to MJ's level. And how come every time he loses a final, he still goes up the stairs? He didn't have enough guys. He still averaged this many points and this many rebounds and assists. He still did this and this. We're putting him up the stairs a little bit further. When you lose an NBA Finals, you get swept in an NBA Finals, you go backwards.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't go up the stairs further. Oh, he got swept? He's even closer to MJ now. Let's call him the GOAT. No, motherfucker, you went down 4 stairs. That shit drives me nuts, man. That's just too much for me.
Especially when getting to the finals, you be Oladipo, a newbie. Those are the guys on your resume to get to the finals. Come on, man. You know what I mean?
Stop it.
His toughest. Who was the toughest player he faced in that finals run? Jason Tatum, a rookie. I've said this before. I'm supposed to call you the GOAT because you beat a rookie. I was supposed to call you the GOAT because you hit a game winner over a newbie who ain't even getting minutes right now. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. I don't care. I don't. And playing off your Trump point, I mean, that's beautiful. Beautiful because it's he is a mastermind at tricking. People like this guy over here. You know what I'm saying? He's a mastermind at it, bro.
Dougie Fresh.
Yeah, it's smart because it's what he's doing is, by him saying this, it's like you said, it makes a two-man race, but even worse. It now, into everyone's mind, puts LeBron at worst at a tie with him, or barely below. When to me, he's still notches below the dude, right? But by him saying this, it now puts it brainwashes everyone to think like, no, he's not there yet. See, what he's doing is now when he gets one more, if he gets one more, he now can act like everyone can be like, all right, if you didn't believe before, now you have to say he's the GOAT because he got that last ring. No, dude, you're still way behind. You still need 3 more rings, at least 2. If he gets to 5 and 12 appearances, maybe it might become more of a conversation. But right now, he's not even close. I don't even understand. And I was talking to Big Dan, and he brought this point up, man. It was actually a really great point. He's like, LeBron's the only guy in the league that it isn't about winning to be the GOAT. Listen to this. This is so true. He's like, when in the NBA have stats ever mattered? Nobody goes, John Stockton's the best because he had the most assists, the most steals all time. It's true, dude. He's like, it's not like baseball. No one ever really, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has the most points scored ever, and no one even mentions the dude ever, But when LeBron gets that, it's going to be like this almighty feat. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Everyone's tracking his scoring like it's basically like it's an unfair advantage. Like with LeBron, they almost treat basketball stats like it's baseball stats. You know how baseball stats are so sacred. Like when he does something, it's like, oh my God, he broke the home run record. But when somebody else does it, it's like, oh well, whatever. It's not that big of a deal.
It's a great point.
Nobody tracks NBA stats like that. It's never been a thing. When we talk about all these top players of all time, it's always been about rings. That's what it's been about. Why did Jordan get in the conversation? The 6 rings. You know what I'm saying? Kobe, the 5 rings. No one's like, is Kobe in the conversation because he has the most, where's he in the all-time scoring list? That's not what made the debate though. It was the 5 rings and how he oh man, he got 5. That's huge for his legacy. But now with LeBron, it's just all about stats. It just makes no sense to me. Yeah. It's hard to stomach. I could go on. There's just so many things I could say about LeBron and his crying. We could talk about, all right, so he thinks because he beat 3 Hall of Famers. And right now, the way Draymond Green looks, you can argue that this dude ain't even going to make the Hall of Fame.
Shannon Sharp called him 4 Hall of Famers. Apparently, Harrison Barnes, Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Harrison Barnes, right? Hall of Famer, because he never beat KD on that team. So I don't want to hear that LeBron beat 4 Hall of Famers. That's a great point. You could say 2 Hall of Famers and a possible. But if Draymond's step is the way it looks right now, and that's the rest of his career, right? If he's the player who's now shooting 22%, is he making the Hall of Fame off of a 3-4 year run? Do you think so? Let me ask the producer here.
Is it? Wait a minute. Was he talking about Hall of Famers just in that Golden State series, or is he just talking about all the people that he's beat?
No, he said
in
that
KD.
No. He said in that Golden State series.
In that
really?
Golden State series, he said he beat 4 Hall of Famers
because he was defending the fact of how can you not call him the GOAT? He beat 4 Hall of Famers.
That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Thank you.
Okay. KD wasn't even on the team yet.
KD wasn't on the team.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Pete asked, right now, would you say that Draymond Green's a lock for a Hall of Fame spot?
Hell no.
Okay.
Whoever said that?
Everyone thinks that LeBron beat all these Hall of Famers.
He has over the course of his finals career. He's beat Tim Duncan.
No, this was in that series.
In that KD. The argument is always that he beat all these Hall of Famers, right? When in fact, if you're going to say Draymond's a Hall of Famer, you have to say Kevin Love's a Hall of Famer with his cumulative stats, right?
Right.
Okay. So it was 3 Hall of Famers versus 3 Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doodah, man. Like, seriously. Seriously. You're supposed to be the GOAT, and you beat a team evenly matched. Bravo, LeBron. Bravo. Tears are coming down right now.
Yeah,
because
crying.
Seriously, because he's so proud of that moment. I beat a team in a championship at an even playing field. That's my greatest feat. That puts me above Jordan. Why? Because your other rings, you were super stacked, right?
Yeah.
And then this is the only one where you guys had it, Kyrie, Curry, Draymond, Kevin Love, Clay, whatever. There's edges all over if you want to talk about.
And look at who Jordan went through in the 90s. Jesus Christ.
Oh, no, but his
Not
team
only
was
beating
stacked.
the teams in the finals, but those East teams were way better than what the East is now.
Well, and it's funny too because so it's like this makes you the GOAT, but what about the loss? So you're talking about the great feat that he had of beating this team. What about the feat that Dirk did to beat you? Doesn't that take you off the GOAT?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Well, okay, so he's the GOAT. Wait, he's the GOAT because 3 Hall of Famers beat 3. Well, not even 3, dude. Okay,
2.5, maybe.
Well, we'll say 3. Let's give him a 3. 3 Hall of Famers beat 3 Hall of Famers, right? But Jason Kidd was not playing Hall of Fame ball, so don't give me that shit, all right?
Yeah.
1 Hall of Famer beat 3 in their prime.
Yeah.
So does that make Dirk the GOAT? Because I'd rather give it to him if we're going off
That's true.
that theory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of GOAT, because how hard it was to beat that team.
Well, there we
Dirk's
go.
feat was way tougher.
Everybody should agree that Dirk's run to win that finals is way more impressive than what LeBron did. I don't care if it's
What he's ever done.
52 years for Cleveland, and that now makes me the GOAT. You don't get to have the whole cities just because you want it for the city. That doesn't make you the GOAT.
Bro, Dirk beat, in that series run, not only did he beat that stacked Miami team, he beat Kobe and the Lakers, the up-and-coming OKC Thunder, and I want to say he beat the Spurs. It's usually those 3 teams you got to go through. Or your Blazers.
Yeah.
He beat the Blazers. Okay. All right, that's not impressive, but everything else on the everything else on that resume is nice. But go to LeBron's wins, bro. The Pacers. I mean, how many times has he beat the Pacers, bro? People call Paul George a joke, right? But when LeBron beat him, it was must-see TV for some reason. I don't get it. I like Paul George. I think he's a good player. But he was playing LeBron by himself versus 3 superstars.
What do you mean? They had David West.
Oh, yeah.
They had Roy Hibbert.
George Hill, who's balled out ever since.
Yeah. Yep. The fact that Paul George took him to 7 is impressive.
All right, well, we got to wrap up the rant. And I think, Pete, you just got the nice clickbait title for this podcast. Is Dirk the GOAT?
Ooh,
There we go.
Yeah.
That'll get people on here.
No, I like it. It's
it's just
ridiculous.
funny
If you
how it all
have
works.
to say you're the GOAT, you're not the GOAT, right?
There you go.
If you have to say you're the best hooper in the Tri-Cities, you're not the best hooper. If you have to say you're the best hooper in Compton, you're not the people that are the best at things usually don't have to tell everybody else that they're the best at it. That's why MJ didn't have to do it. That's why Kobe didn't have to do it. And that's why LeBron has to do it. Because he's not even close to the GOAT yet.
All right, well, let's wear the bell.
He needs to
He's
stop
not.
tripping down the
He's not.
stairs.
We're running past the bell.
sorry.
We're running
Yeah.
past the bell. Let's
wrap it up.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
All right. We've got room for more rants in the coming weeks. All right, so we'll get to our next segment here. Of course, picking the non-all-stars, the replacements. We've got we kind of have a good idea of who's going to be on the all-star teams for the most part after the first returns. I mean, we've got likely West players. You got Durant, Davis, Curry, Harden, and LeBron. And then with people like Luka, Paul George, Jokic, Dame, DeMar, Westbrook, and strangely Derrick Rose also showing up really high on there. In the East, we're looking at Giannis, Kawhi, Embiid, Kyrie, Kemba, and then guys like Butler, Tatum, Simmons, Oladipo, Lowry, Blake, and Bradley Beal, and an insanely strange high amount of votes for Vince Carter.
Wow.
Interesting.
Get Kyle Lowry off that first.
Yeah, well, I just kind of went off what was where the votes are going and kind of who you think the media and coaches will also put in there. But we got a big list of great NBA players that are not on there. And I want you guys to go back and forth, pick a team. We're going to do 5 starters, and then we'll do 3 bench players for each team.
Okay.
Right?
5 starters. All right.
Yeah.
Starters.
And we're gonna say who's not gonna be an all-star, and whose team's gonna be better.
So basically, we can utilize anybody who you just didn't name, right?
Right.
Kind of thing. Okay.
Anyone outside of that. I mean, if you want Vince Carter on your team, I mean, I think you can put him on there, but
Veteran presence.
I'm ready. Before we get started, I hate to go back to this LeBron thing.
Do it.
All right. Let's talk about how lucky this guy is, bro. And I'm gonna map out his entire, like, basically the teams he's played with, right? This guy gets so much hype for how teams look once he leaves, right? But you want to talk about just think about how lucky he was, all right? So the Cavs sucked the first team. I'll give him that. You know, he was basically the entire team. Played in the East, you know, and the way LeBron plays, you can win a lot of regular season games. But obviously, come playoff time, he got smacked. But once he went to Miami, right? You had Dwayne Wade there by himself. So he always brings up how the Heat had only 40-something wins before he got there, right? Mm-hmm. And missed the playoffs. It was like a tough East year where, you know, it was hard to make it. They add Chris Bosh. He leaves that part out. Another superstar, right? And they go on, you know, to be good. But then when he bounces, I swear the stars always align for this guy, bro. Wade is old. Okay, that's inevitable. He's still a good player, but he plays like half the season and basically takes the regular season off. Okay, that's how Dwayne Wade's career is now. Chris Bosh gets like some career-ending, injury. Like, he literally gets a career-ending injury. So now it's like, oh my God, look at the Heat. They only won 20. Of course, bro. It only would work out that way, bro. Because if you had a healthy Chris Bosh and a healthy Wade, they're going to win, 50 games and still be relevant, But now it's like, look at what happened to the Heat once LeBron left. They were trash. And I'm not even kidding you, bro. Think about the Cavaliers situation, right? They were trash, of course. No Kevin Love, only Kyrie. Young hadn't even become the player he is right now, right? So now he gets all the credit for turning that franchise around, and it was trash before he got there. Well, they add another superstar with Kevin Love. What happens when he leaves? Kyrie's gone. Kevin Love gets hurt for the year, basically. And now we're comparing the Cavaliers team with freaking Larry Nance and Jordan Clarkson as their starters and saying, oh my God, look at how bad they are without LeBron James. Well, I'm sure if they had a healthy Kyrie Irving and a healthy Kevin Love, they would win, 40, 48, 49 games, make a 5 seed, and be relevant. You know what I'm saying? But it's always like, even now, bro, I'm like, all right, everyone's going to see how good these Lakers are without LeBron. Rondo breaks his hand, bro. Like the one guy. Kuzma's out. And now I got Brian hitting me up, bro. See, I told you Lakers suck without LeBron. Well, yeah, bro. They don't got Kuzma and Rondo either. But the media's going to play this as, look at how bad they are without LeBron. It's like, bro, I swear, bro, this guy has like a freaking injury wish box. And he's like, he has like a voodoo doll, bro. And he's like, I'm going to sit out some games and I'm going to freaking pump this player up. He's going to miss the whole season, so everybody can say how valuable I am. And that's exactly what happens for LeBron, bro. His entire career. Did I not make good points with all the injuries? Oh, yeah. If all those players are healthy that I named and playing how they were playing when they played with him good, those teams would have been relevant.
Yeah. That was a sick bonus rant.
All right, man, sorry.
Pete is sweating right now. I love it.
Bro, that's, man. I've been on that one
true.
forever.
No, those are great points.
He's just lucky, bro. The way it's lined up, I ain't gonna lie. It's always lined up to make him look like he is very valuable. But I'm telling you, it just played out in his favor. And he knows when to jump ship. He knows when Dwayne Wade's getting old, and he's like, I'm out of here, so, he's smart, bro. He's,
I love it.
Let's move on. I'm glad I got that in there, because that would have killed me if I didn't get that in there.
No, it's a great point, man.
That's what she said.
So, how are we going to pick these guys? What's the order? How are we doing this?
Simple rock, paper, scissors, or
I'm down.
See who arm wrestling.
I'm down.
I'll go with rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors. Best out of one.
Best out of one.
All right. I knew you were gonna go scissors.
Oh.
I knew it. I'm the king of rock, paper, scissors, baby.
Yeah, and of course Pete wins
I'm the
by
king
playing
of
the rock.
rock, paper, scissors. That makes me the GOAT.
Hey, I'm just saying, I beat Laura all the time. Makes me the king.
In that moment, I felt like I was the greatest of all time.
We do that like, who's gonna go downstairs and get the dessert? Rock, paper, scissors. I always beat her.
That's
funny. Get your ass downstairs.
That's funny. All right, Pete.
Pete's going first.
Pick then.
Man, I better not mess this up. My first pick is going to be Karl Anthony Towns. It's a no-brainer for me. The guy's a little crybaby, but he's a baller. Like, I don't know how this dude didn't get the votes. Especially with the weak big men.
Pete's off to stretching the floor with a stretch 5.
You already know.
All right, then. So now do I get to go twice? Or how does that work? Or do I go once and then he goes back and forth, just back and forth? Whatever.
I like how he just adjusted after he loses rock, paper, scissors.
You like that?
He was waiting to see how it played out.
I wouldn't have said anything if it went on the other way.
So this is a snake draft, right?
Yep.
Karl Anthony Towns. All right. I'm going to go, because I'm definitely not letting you match these two up. I'm going with Drew Holiday. Defensive point guard.
It's like that. Wow. See, he's smart here. He would not have picked Drew Holiday normally, but he knows how much I like him and that I actually voted for him in those All-Star
I knew Pete liked him. He's a defensive point guard, and I saw what he did against Dame last year.
All right. I didn't see that coming. That was my next pick. So.
I bet it was.
Hold on a second here. You know what? Since you took my guy, I'll take your guy. No, actually, I ain't taking your guy. I'm going to take this kid right here, De'Aaron Fox.
Wow.
Let me get that nice little baller point guard.
Drew Holiday going to shut that shit down. Okay.
It's all right. Fox is going to be hitting Towns. Don't matter. What you got? I like the way my team's shaping up already. I mean,
I wish I could pick Jimmy Butler so Towns could go cry in the corner, but I can't do that.
That's funny. Did Jimmy get voted in?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what? I like the way this guy's playing this year. I think he matches up well against Towns. I'm going to go with Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic.
Speak into the microphone, please.
Oh, my God. Nikola Vucevic.
All right, okay. That's not a bad pick. It's not a bad pick. I'm going to match you with some defense, and let me get my boy Clay. You know, he's been shooting better lately.
It's a good one.
I'll take Clay.
That's a good one.
You're going to get beat, bro. It's already looking bad for you.
I don't know, though.
That rock, paper, scissors cost
De'Aaron Fox, can he shoot threes? That might struggle for Pete in his stretch.
No, he don't have to, though. That's the thing. You can have one guy that dribble penetrates.
Okay.
Ask LeBron.
That's LeBron. Okay. We're assuming all these guys are healthy, right? Like when they are healthy, I'm not picking a dude.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
However
Okay.
you like
Grab Boogie Cousins.
Right. No. I'm gonna go with Devin Booker, man.
I'm loving your team. A lot of nothing. It's awesome.
You just better hope Clay shoots better than he has for your Warriors.
His resume is pretty nice. Think I'll write it. Let's see. All right. I got the 1, the 2, and the 5. I'm gonna take this guy here. You know what I'm saying? You kind of traded him in our fantasy league, but let me get that long wing defender who can hit threes as well, Chris Middleton. He's been balling lately too.
I gotta go with some.
You need to go with some star power, because right now, bro, 3 guys you got a combined votes of 50,000.
Let's go with. There's not much star power left on this list, to be honest.
No, that's true.
This is a crazy pick. I mean, he doesn't even deserve to be in the All-Star game for sure, but I like him, man. I'm gonna go with Robert Covington. That surprised you, huh?
Nah, he's on your fantasy team. Yeah. It didn't surprise me at all. I already knew he had a shot. I swear to God.
Dude, I just, oh man, the same reasons we're talking about some of these other guys. I feel like wing presence, defender, he's underrated. Maybe it's just because he helps my fantasy team. I don't know, but he's helped the Wolves out a lot more than Jimmy Butler did.
All right, man. To finish this up, I'm going to go with a guy that I think has had a pretty baller season. I've never really been a fan of him, but I feel like he's kind of earned it. This team's doing really good, and they don't really have much to work with, and he would fit this team perfect. Man. Don't want to put this guy in. Hold on a second. Just gave him a big old speech, and now I'm having doubts.
Right. Really like this guy. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go with him. I think he's I can play him at the 4.
Are you confident enough to say his name or?
Ibaka.
Serge Ibaka, huh?
Yep.
It's not bad. Okay.
It's over for you, brother.
Nah.
We can put a poll up if you want, and let's have Twitter pick.
Okay. That'd
right.
be fun.
All right, loser.
like that.
Loser buys lunch.
Okay. I like that. I'm gonna go with.
He's like, oh shit, this is going on Twitter. I better really think about this.
Let me study a bit. I'm gonna go with Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
I was leaning towards him too.
The 4.
All right, so you guys each got a starting 5 so far. So who's
I
on
only
your...
got 4 dudes.
You got 4?
No, you got 5.
You got 5.
Who do you have on your list? I'll help you.
I got Drew, Devin Booker, Vucevic, Covington, and Harris. Okay, that's 5.
Yep.
I
So
would have forgot about him too.
what was that? Drew, Vucevic, Covington, Booker, and Harris.
Yep.
And what do you got, Pete?
Star power. I got Fox, Clay, Middleton, Ibaka, and Towns.
Okay. All right. So let's just do 2 bench spots. All right. And let's see what we
These
got.
could be key.
All right. So shore up that bench. See what you're gonna do. Get guys to sub in here.
All right, you know what? Centers get tired quick, so let me get my boy Rudy. I'll take the D.
Okay.
Defense.
Rudy.
That was Rudy Gay, right?
You're funny.
Rudy Gobert.
Rudy
Okay.
Gobert.
God, the star power on the freaking backcourt is awful over here. God, Donovan Mitchell's been such a freaking disappointment this year.
Notice he's glancing over his boy.
It's horrible. He's been not that great either. I don't trust him. But for a bench guy, I am gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Marcus Gasol, man. Play him off the bench.
I love that.
He's nice.
That's a good
I
pick.
like him.
Marc Gasol's a baller.
Yeah,
He's
I like
definitely a poor man's Rudy Gobert, so that's a great pick. I'm just joking. I love Marc Gasol, so I can't even hate on
Are the
him.
Jazz even close to making the playoffs this year?
Not right now.
I didn't think so.
All right. That was good. It's that crappy Donovan Mitchell, though.
Is that what it is?
I'd say he's been playing like crap. Let me get this guy, man, because you know what? I'm gonna pick somebody that's gonna put on a show.
Okay.
So let me get some Zach LaVine. He's been balling out too. Bulls suck, but you know what? This guy will fill the seats up with his slam dunks. So
Okay.
plus I got hella room to work with as bad as your team is, so I can gamble a little bit.
I gotta go backcourt here. The last pick. Lou Williams has always loved being 6-man, man. Let me give some Lou.
Oh snap!
He loves being off the bench, man. These other guys are going to complain. Zach LaVine's going to be complaining about the coach the whole time. You're going to play me off the bench? I'm Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
No more suicides for me.
That's good.
Sweet.
All
We
right,
got our
so-
rosters.
All right. So after that absolutely fascinating draft we just had.
Yeah, that was kind of boring. To be honest.
But we'll go over what the teams are here. So these guys probably won't make the All-Star team. Who's on your team, Pete?
Well, I got Towns at the center, Ibaka at the power forward. I'm getting both can hit threes, both can play great defense. They both could. Well, I mean, Towns is a good rebounder. Ibaka's all right. You're gonna give me Middleton at the 3, can guard anybody. Clay, great defender. Both can also shoot threes. And then I got Fox, another great defender who can dribble, penetrate, create for everybody, likes to pass the ball. Have everybody space the floor. And I see domination. That's all I see. And then, bring Rudy Gobert in off the bench for some defense. And after we're up 50 on Corey's team, I'll throw Zach LaVine in there for some garbage time dunks.
Oh, you're really thinking about defense, though, huh?
That's really cute.
Defense and 3. 3 and
Okay.
D, baby.
Well, what do you got, Corey?
That's really cute and all. But, dude, De'Aaron Fox, first of all, there's no way that Drew Holiday's not shutting down De'Aaron Fox. So you're a big-time playmaker, going to be able to get guys open, stretch the floor, penetrate. He ain't going to be able to penetrate. So your plan is already flawed there. So we got Drew.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I thought you had a rebuttal.
No, actually, I do have a rebuttal.
Already?
You do know Pelicans are 26th ranked defense in the league, right? And that's with AD and Drew. So just thought I'd let you know that. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, but this is a one-game matchup here. We let's be honest. I got to go with Drew. I saw what he did against my Blazers last year. I'll be one to admit when my team gets shut down, and to watch what Drew did against Dame last year, give me De'Aaron Fox, who has no big game experience, and yeah, it's a lock. Anyways, Devin Booker, young kid, like you said with Zach LaVine, he's a kid that will put on a show. He's a kid that I think can show up and obviously knock down some threes. His defense is a little bit suspect, but you know when Clay's shooting 12% this year, I'm not too worried about that. Covington, you know, I've always loved Covington. We talked about him with the trade to Minnesota. I feel like he made the team better than Jimmy Butler did, to be honest. It's just the type of dude that accepts his role. And as we talked about with the big stars of Philly and stuff like that, your team might look good, but, you know, those guys might not be able to work well together, where Covington's the type of dude that plays his role, does his thing, does a great job at it. Love him. Tobias Harris, the same thing. I've never heard him complain about much. Can stretch the floor, lengthy. Vucevic's dope. He's same thing, can stretch the floor, play defense, rebound, big, having a big season. Probably shouldn't have traded him away in fantasy. I think he's on your team now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
freaking balling out for you. Lou Williams, as I picked, sixth man of the year type of dude, and so he'll love coming off the bench. I'm sure he'll light it up for me. And then Marc Gasol, who I know is a dude you love, defensive big. It's going to be able to slow down the game when I need us to. It's going to be a close matchup. I'm not overly confident with a 50-point lead like Pete is, but when it's close and I need it to slow down, Marc Gasol will take it down for me.
So your starting five, Corey. You think your starting five would be Pete's?
I do. I think the difference is a lot of people look at star power. Pete picked a lot of stars, and his team's legit. Pete does a good job, but I just feel like that team is just not going to gel well together. I mean, I feel like Zach LaVine's probably going to start drama before we even get to the game on the plane. Probably.
It's one game though, right?
Yeah, it's one
like
game.
An all-star game.
It's
so
an
you're
all-star
worried
game.
about gelling that much?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, star power, these guys, Towns is a superstar, you know, but everybody else is kind of...
Towns is dope.
You know, Middleton, Fox, they're up-and-coming players. You know, I like what I got. I feel like 1 through 5, I got defense. You know, everyone can shoot, and I don't see how you guard that. You know, I can already think of matchups I could pull against his team, you know. So as long as I got the right coach, should be all right. Because I mean,
well, you're coach. You're coach of the team.
Oh, I'm coach. Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over. I mean, he talked about Drew Holiday's defense. I give him, you know, Drew Holiday's a bomb defender, but against Lillard, one of the reasons why Drew Holiday dominated was because he had AD backing him up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not... Vucevic is a nice player, but he's not Anthony Davis, you know? So
yeah, but De'Aaron Fox is like 4'3", so... I mean, Tobias Harris will probably swat the shit out of him, so I don't really need Anthony Davis, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but De'Aaron Fox's game is a lot different than Damian Lillard's, too. So...
You're doing a lot of credit to De'Aaron Fox. I didn't even notice you were this big of a De'Aaron Fox guy.
No, I mean... The thing is I need him to get my other guys going. That's what I want.
No, I understand.
I'm not really worried about him scoring 30 like you are.
No, so. I'm not worried about him scoring 30.
That's
either,
not gonna be our game plan.
We're talking about one game matchup, and De'Aaron Fox is your guy. Like, he's the one that's creating everything for you. De'Aaron Fox, like, I don't know, man. I just don't know if I trust it that much.
He's a beast, dude.
He's good. I like him. He is good, but
so, I mean, I'm not too worried. I mean, you got Booker. I mean, come on, bro. Have they ever won? You got guys right now that, oh my God, bro. I mean, they're not even winners. So, I mean, it's like, why am I over here even debating with you? Like, Booker ain't ever won anything. So, I mean, you know, Covington, I don't know, man.
Devin Booker put up 70 points in a game once.
Exactly. And not only that, but Booker's a role player. Like, Booker's the type of dude that's going to...
He's not a role player. When you
to me, he is. To me, he is.
He's got the most star power out of everybody on your team.
Yeah, but he's not the dude that has to light it up for me. I don't need him to light it up. I need them to gel as a team. You need De'Aaron Fox to light it up, and De'Aaron Fox...
I don't need De'Aaron Fox to light it. What are you talking about? You're smoking. I got Towns, Clay... You need Booker more than I need Fox to score. That's for sure.
But Fox is the dude that's going to be operating the ball. I'd rather have Drew Holiday handling the ball than De'Aaron Fox. So you're talking about a guy that's never won. De'Aaron Fox, I mean...
I'm going to tell you something, bro. Drew Holiday doesn't even handle the ball for his own team.
But
So,
De'Aaron Fox?
Yeah, at least he has the experience. You know, when
when
Alfred
Payton
Payton came back, Drew Holiday was like, please, I don't want to run point guard no more. He hates it.
Yeah.
His turnovers were through the roof.
He'll be fine.
So, I mean, that case right there is no bueno.
I got to say,
Go ahead.
it's De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares?
De'Aaron Fox?
In case
Yeah,
we
it probably
got a Kings
is.
fan listening.
Yeah, probably. Kyle and them will correct us.
Oh, man.
We don't care about them.
Speaking of putting up on
We're still
Twitter,
calling him De'Aaron.
Yeah, I like De'Aaron better.
That sounds cooler to me. But yeah, man, I think it's gonna be a good matchup. I think it'll work out. I think both of us are pretty similar. We both
for
went
sure,
with
for sure. I'm just messing around.
yeah, for sure. We both
Just trying
went
to
with
get the
some
people
guys
they
that can
want.
stretch the floor. Right, a little arguing between you and Pete. Why don't you guys debate more?
Well, we'll see what the people think though.
Yeah.
who's going to win that?
I
What do you
honestly
think?
I honestly
Why don't
think
we-
they're gonna go with. I honestly think they'll go with Pete because a lot of people see star power and they go crazy.
Oh, man.
No, for sure.
Come on, you're already hedging your bet here. Like, it's a lose-lose for me now.
Having
Now, if you
Clay,
I
win,
get
it's
what
like
you're saying.
you got the huge upset.
I get what
And
you're
if I
saying.
lose, it's like you predicted the loss.
that makes sense.
Come on, we got to battle
that's
it out
smart.
a little bit.
That's smart.
It is smart.
There we go.
That's Skip Bayless. That's a Skip Bayless move right there. Right?
Attacking the media like LeBron, trying to learn some things. Twist it.
That's funny. That's funny.
Twist it.
What interests me is some of the guys that you guys skipped over. C.J. McCollum. Could have had Steven Adams. Could have had Steven Adams come off your bench. Andre Drummond. Man.
I like Steven Adams
some,
better than
some
Andre
guys
Drummond,
still
to
out
be
there.
honest.
Clint
I would-
Capella.
See
I
the
like
tough-
Marc Gasol and Rudy Gobert more than both those bigs you just named. So.
See the
True.
tough. See
That's
the
a good
tough thing
point.
I feel like is to know what type of game this is. Is it a playoff game? Is it just an all-star type of game? Is nobody playing defense? Because if it's just like an all-star type of game, then the way we draft our team probably doesn't even matter because we're like, oh, we love these guys. They 3-and-D guys. They're dope. But it's like in an all-star game, it's like dunks and they're not playing defense. So it's like,
Well,
are
I
those
do
guys
have
really
the
playing?
best dunker on the list. But yeah, I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Zach LaVine's a beast on the dunks.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's trying to
Not
win it.
bad.
So
dude.
if this is a game, it's a one game exhibition. The losing team gets shot out of a cannon into outer space. They have to win this
Jesus
game.
Christ.
You got They get shot on a rocket into the heart of the sun. They
I'm
have
still
to
going.
win.
I'm still going with my roster just because I feel like they're the type of team that could gel together. Now that to me is more important than just star power.
I don't really see them gelling that well. I mean,
They're a bunch of dudes who accept their roles. I mean, we've already heard drama with Zach LaVine. We've heard drama with Towns. I mean, I got a bunch of dudes. I've never heard drama with any of these guys.
Booker.
So I feel like that's important.
Booker's had drama. He's been arguing with Ayton.
Has he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess a little bit.
So, I mean,
But
All right, well, we'll see what everyone thinks on Twitter.
All right,
and we'll
yeah,
see
this'll
if
be
some
fun,
of
man.
If anyone drops off the All-Star list, who could have been on here.
shit,
or
I
if,
should probably
there's some
I should probably be
injuries and
allowed to
someone
pick
gets
up
on there.
Dame at this point. I mean,
Right.
shit.
He might not make it.
They're probably. I mean, it looks like they're gonna put in freaking Derrick Rose over Dame. So yeah, let me get Dame on my team.
yeah, that's true.
That's ridiculous.
I'll let you switch Dame for Drew.
Oh, now it's over. Now it's over. De'Aaron Fox definitely can't keep up with Dame. But man, vote for Dame, dude. What's going on? I mean, you brought this up to me earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why Portland doesn't vote for Damian Lillard. Like 200,000 votes, and Derrick Rose has 600,000. Like
I don't get that.
Dwayne
either.
Wade's got 450,000 or something like that. Like I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. And you know, you can say, oh, Portland's a small market, but I mean, I've seen Brandon Roy's gotten voted in. Damian Lillard's had a better career so far than him. So I don't really understand how he doesn't get the votes, you know, and he's usually like a coach's pick when he does make it.
Yeah.
It's never voted in. He's just not getting the love he deserves.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if, those Oregon hippies just don't like to use the internet to log on and do that or what, but they got to go down and hug a tree to get a vote for Dame. I mean, we'd probably be a lock, but it is weird, man. I mean, I think it's ridiculous. If any Portland fans are listening, dude, you got to show up. If we're going to complain about it on Twitter, don't be the type of person that's not voting, right? It's just like, I mean, we talked about the campaign with Donald Trump a little bit earlier, but if you're the type of person that's complaining about politics and things like that, but you ain't voting, it's like, come on, dude.
Oh, I can't stand people like that.
I don't. Yeah.
Trey wasn't he complaining about votes on our group chat?
Yeah.
And I'm like, did you even vote?
No.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
You got no vote. If you
Exactly.
didn't vote, you got no opinion
Get
on it.
on. I mean, even if you're not a Portland fan, you know Dame should be in. So
Yeah,
there's no reason that I should even be having to freaking go out and campaign for this dude. It's unbelievable. So
crazy.
go out and vote.
Currently, with the those first returns coming back, yeah, of course you got Steph, Harden, ahead of him, but Derrick Rose, like you said,
Ridiculous.
700,000 votes.
What did
Russell Westbrook, who of course is an all-star, but I mean,
Westbrook will always get in above Lillard.
Yeah.
no matter
That's-
what.
Lillard-
It's just
I'll
I'll
automatic.
take
Thompson.
Lillard right now over Westbrook.
I would too.
if I was
obviously.
building a team.
You
Put
know
Lillard
what?
with Paul George and Steven Adams. Let's see what that team does.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So
Yeah, that'd be huge.
he'd fit them a lot better.
Yeah, that would be huge. But don't let that ever happen, please.
I'm just saying. I don't know. Westbrook's to me so overrated.
No, I agree.
I've been saying this forever, and now I hear a lot of people agreeing with me. It's funny. You get in so many arguments, you feel like you're the only guy, and then like a couple years go by, and people see the 3 for 20s over and over again, and then everyone's on board with you.
you know, I've always agreed with you.
Yeah,
and
you have,
Westbrook.
you have.
I hate that stuff.
How many arguments did I get with people about?
Oh,
back in the
yeah.
day? You're dumb. Westbrook's the best.
Yeah.
Katie.
Well, we'll see what goes on in the All-Star game, too. We'll see how much those votes change. One thing, we were talking about the greatest of all time earlier, or the greatest of all time conversation.
Yeah.
We didn't do trivia today. We'll see who listened through these rosters and wants to get in on the jersey giveaway. You have some trivia for us, Corey?
Yeah, man. Speaking of the GOAT, how many finals has LeBron James lost? No. Speaking of the GOAT, Michael Jordan once averaged 41 points per game in an NBA Finals series. 41. Against which team did he accomplish this? Hit us with that answer. Which team did MJ average 41 points per game in an NBA Finals series? Hit us on Twitter. Get into us on Instagram, on our website, however you want to do that. Our Twitter is always and Instagram at One Limitless Range. You can get to us on our website at the limitlessrangepodcast.com. But yeah, just reach in, hit us up. If you got any comments,
that's a good one. I like that.
hit us up, talk smack about the teams we picked. Either way, whatever you guys want to say. It's all we're looking for interaction. We're looking for more and more interaction. We've got a great group of people already following and reaching us out from other podcasts and other stuff, and it's just been awesome to see. Just through, what are we at, 6 or 7 podcasts now? Is this 7 or 6, something like that?
7.
This is number
we're
7.
Yeah, so to see
We
how
got a
many,
great call-in system too.
Yeah.
People can call in and
Yep.
just chat.
So,
Doug's got the hookups, so it'd be cool if people want to ring in, man. It's real easy. We could have a little small 10-minute debate, whatever.
Yeah, so write us, be like, hey, I got a cool topic. What do you guys think about this? I would love to talk to you guys about it. Bring it up to us. We're always open to things. Like Pete said, even if it's a 10-minute segment. Hey, could you fit me in for 10 minutes? I want to talk about, whatever team you're loving. I got an opinion about Embiid, and I got an opinion about Butler, and you want to jump on, and you're from Philly, or even if you're not, just hit us up. Let's do it. Let's keep debating ball, keep spreading the news, and as always, PD Pod.
Yeah, great show.
Dougie
buddy.
Fresh.
Great
It was
show.
good
boys.
stuff, man. Rip City.
Heck yeah.